Sadly, today, the day that I'm here recording this video, I'm really sick, so I'm sorry about my voice. Hopefully you guys can still enjoy the content. If not, mute me, read the subtitles. I won't be too hurt, but just a little bit. Adam Taurus should have won his fight against Blake and Yang. Before you all crucify me, chill, wait, listen to me, let me explain. In today's video, I will not only be telling you how strong Adam Taurus is based on things like calcs, feats, as well as some other statements in the series, but why narratively his fight against Blake and Yang should have gone differently considering his strength and the original intent of his storyline. One thing I do want to exclude in this video is the in-depth discussion of Bumblebee as a ship, as that is another video in of itself. I will touch on it slightly, maybe briefly. If you want to hear more about it in the future though, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Adam Taurus was and still is one of RWBY's strongest characters. Upon introduction, it is made clear that he was seen by Blake as a mentor and teacher, establishing him on a tier of strength above that of her and likely on the tier of Beacon's other elite huntsmen. What furthers this is the fact that Cinder was afraid of combating him before obtaining maiden powers. The same Cinder could overpower the maiden with some help from Emerald and Mercury. This to me means that Adam was intended to be a threat that only a maiden could match, and on top of that, even with the help of Mercury and Emerald at the time, she was more comfortable attacking a maiden than Adam. I believe Adam's powers and showings before this really do back up Cinder's inaction against him. Adam is extremely talented with sword combat and has fully mastered incorporating it with his semblance. He showcases this overwhelming power by destroying the Spider Tank, a town level attack after reacting to its particle beam cannon. This gives Adam at least town level potential attack strength, but you could boost it up to city level, low city level, and it can also vary depending on how much energy he attacks into his blade. He has limited energy projection and can move so fast he can create after images. Speaking of speed, since he can react to particle beams, he should be at least relativistic in terms of speeds. But if we use further laser timing feats from characters who should be weaker than Adam in the future, since it required the combined effort of Blake and Yang to win against him, he should be at least faster than light. Let's discuss that fight now anyways. With the circumstances being what they were, with Adam being way too fast, skilled, and overall bloodlusted from the start, there's no reason why he couldn't take Blake and Yang on when they fought individually. Blake specifically doesn't go through much training besides the occasional grim hunting and fights against the White Fang subordinates. In this specific encounter, knowing Adam is way more skilled than Blake, which is partially showcased in this fight, he should have just killed her or defeated her if we're following the initial power scaling the series set up. The same applies to Yang despite her training arc. Coupled with her PTSD and Adam's desire to kill her for good, he should have easily overwhelmed her since she struggled against the likes of Mercury in an equally as important fight for the relic. It just doesn't make sense for her to suddenly be even stronger here, where in reality, she should be weaker due to her trauma. On top of this, her blocking a charged attack from Adam casually is complete BS. You're telling me this one arm has larger durability than the spider robot Adam cut? I mean, look at it, they're both made by Atlas, and if he can cut one, he can cut the other. If you want more inconsistencies, Adam's blade can withstand a particle beam colliding with it, but gets broken by Yang. And after this, he tries to recover the broken blade instead of using the gun that's on his hip. You could plead, well, he ran out of ammo. But no one runs out of ammo. Yang sure didn't throughout the fight. I don't think Blake did either. Unless I'm missing something? Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. This fight just simply makes no sense when you consider the established power difference and lack of training the heroes went through to win. It also removes all logic to give the heroes an unearned win while deleting a character they completely ruined over time. It's obvious by now the writers heavily deviated from the initial plan for Adam's character. Based on the few conversations we get in volumes 1 through 3 prior to the finale episodes, it's shown that Adam isn't obsessed with Blake like some crazy stalker or ex-boyfriend.
Should we go after her?
There's no need. Once she sees more of the world, she'll realize we're in the right.
I had a partner named Adam. More of a mentor, actually.
What you need is to leave. You're asking my men to die for your cause. A human cause. That is not an idea I am willing to entertain.
On top of this, the organization was more important. These confused writers even echo this in Volume 5 on accident. It seems they didn't know where they wanted Adam to fall. Craze ex-lover or mentor off the deep end. I believe the story would have benefited from having Blake confront Adam as her mentor, not ex-lover. This would have required an established training arc and even emotional confrontation with herself to come to the conclusion that she had no choice but to kill or capture Adam. This would allow her to bond with Yang via confiding in her or teaming up or both, but it would make more sense and be less of an ass pull since we A, would know Adam trained Blake, so her skills could be comparable to his with further training, and B, having Yang there with assistance would make a victory more plausible since I doubt Blake can reach a maiden level on her own. It seems the writer simply ruined the character and decided to kill him off as soon as possible instead of exploring how we could have benefited, and left a major impact on the White Fang subplot and Blake's further arcs and past actions. Imagine Blake confronting Adam to finally put him down, and the emotion behind a master versus student battle that's been established and foreshadowed properly for volumes. We can learn and grow with Blake on how she plans to stop Adam, and have her incorporate his teaching along with Yang's to defeat him, showing him humanity and fondness can come together to overcome anything. If you're watching to this point, you're probably wondering, well, you think Adam is so strong and should have won? What would that mean for our character? Following the showrunner's established lore and feats up into the fight, Adam logically should have defeated Blake and Yang. I don't think that is an incorrect assumption. I do not, however, believe the story would have been better off if the two had died or something like that. No other characters have ever seen Adam, with the exclusion of Sun. Having Team RWBY show up in the nick of time to assist with Adam's defeat after Blake and Gang give it their all could have easily had a much more grand and satisfying end for such a powerful character. Following my own continuity, it continues the trend of humans and fondness coming together to overcome all hardships and obstacles. It effectively closes out Blake's arc and teaches Adam that not only does Blake not need the White Fang to achieve her goals, but she doesn't need him or his radical beliefs. I do think Adam dying here is necessary, but how it's done and the lack of proper build-up and emotional connection and turmoil for Blake killing him, since he was just a crazy ex, makes the death rushed, contrived, and overall disappointing for what should have been a more pivotal character. Another character ruined by RWBY.